There we go, it's legit.
Alrighty, it is just after 6, so I will go ahead and call this meeting to order. I'm standing up so the clerk will lead. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I didn't know you were there. All members are present. And the approval of the agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as presented this evening.
I'll second. Who your motion and support to approve the agenda as presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. The minutes for our last meeting are in your packet.
I will make a motion to approve the minutes as presented from regular meeting February 12th, 2024. Second.
The motion and support to approve the minutes from our regular meeting dated February 12th, 2024. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. At this time, we have public comment. Anybody in the audience is welcome to stand up and give a public comment. We ask that you keep it to 3 minutes. This is not a question and answer. This is a comment session for you to ask questions. If there's answers that we can get to you, we will either answer them during council comments, or we will have our administrator give you a written response.
Hi, Patty King, 10172 Erie. I was here in January, and I give you guys a nice little packet. My driveway is flooding and the sidewalks are deteriorating, and I didn't know between that time you guys have had possible solutions for that.
We usually don't discuss the sidewalks until budget time. We allocate a certain amount of money for sidewalks, and we allocate that money to time based on what the conditions of the sidewalks, which ones are worse.
Okay, when is the budget?
That would be
Yeah.
June.
June, okay, so then, like, even though I have some, the sidewalk was patched and now it was, like a Band-Aid on a bullet hole and that's starting to deteriorate. It's a trip hazard, so is that something that you wait until June as well? Not just the flooding in my driveway, but the sidewalk falling apart?
I can ask the DPW.
I'll look at it. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna look at it.
Or I can email photos, I have photos. I can email it to.
What's the address there?
10172 Erie. Okay, and so June, come back in June, but to see what we can do about the flooding and whatnot.
You can talk to the administrator and talk to her, and she can, when we look and allocate what we're gonna do as far as sidewalks.
Okay, great, thank you.
Did you see all the dog waste stuff that was posted though on Facebook?
I did, I saw the one post, which I do appreciate. And I think it helped a little bit. Now it's spring again and there's some landmines going on, but it seems like people were responsive to it. So I do appreciate that. Thank you very much for posting this.
You got time tomorrow, Matt, morning? Good. Well, so,
Anybody else? Okay. We'll close public comment. And move on to the approval of the accounts. So the first is the treasurer's report, which is in your packet.
And Keith, I don't know if you would know. Do you know about the Goodrich lines, holiday lighting, what's that paying us for?
I don't.
Or the wage from the bridge inspection, because last meeting we approved the bridge inspection at no charge from ELGE. So why do we do a wage from inspection? We know.
Ma'am?
The dam's suited for the summer for inspection. As far as the dam goes.
Is it, so the software That's something that you guys from wage trim, you should back up.
The sub grant,
No, the software for the bridge inspection.
Where is it?
And 2924.
what?
Yeah, oh, I know. We're, can you wait on that because we're on treasurer's report?
Oh, it's just the,
Oh,
it's the bills and transfer. kit.
It's in bill and such.
Yeah. I just know if either of you, I can ask Sherry, I know if either of you can answer that.
I'll make a motion to approve the treasurer's report. For as of February 29th, 2024, report dated Monday, March 11th, 2024. No second.
The motion is support, so the treasurer's report, as of February 29th, 2024, roll call vote.
Beverly,
Yes.
McCafferty,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes,
Walworth.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch who supported that.
I support.
Okay.
Okay, moving on to bills and transfers. Now we're up, what line item is here?
oh, the very last one, the first page, for wage trim dated 2/9/24. I just didn't know if we knew what that bridge inspection software was for, if we just approved last month for it to be inspected by somebody else.
You get some software from them?
Not, oh,
This is labeled DPW software.
Keith, can you maybe see if Sherry has an answer about what that is?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Is this the one that for 6,000? Is that the one?
1,500, very bottom line. On the first
On the
page.
first. This software. Yeah.
Then we have a motion to approve the bills and transfers.
I'll make a motion to approve the bills and transfers prepared 2/29/24.
I'll second. We have motion and support, roll call vote.
Beverly,
Yes.
McCafferty,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes,
Walworth.
Yes. Sherry's not here tonight. You can review the administrator's report. There's information in there about Jesse County Home Improvement, Urban Repair Program. There was some information in there regarding social hub in the article that was in the paper. it's- So if there's anything in there that you have questions on, please see our administrator. DPW street.
our company works, we've lost power twice now lately. And I've had a call from the fire company. Did a check in that first one, so that attorney went through Grant, and said there's a breach in the door. Northwest door. Which there wasn't, it's because the power goes out, it must trip, whatever it does, trip the alarm. So,
What about the lights, the emergency light? Have we had an issue with some of the emergency lights?
yep, we got an electrician coming upstairs. I'm not sure exactly what's going on, because it never came on, it's supposed to. So,
Are those just battery powered?
Oh, there's a light.
Is it in the light unit or is
it's
it?
in one of these fluorescent lights upstairs. There's a red light, I've never had it off yet, but it was blinking. So I'm not sure.
Code.
Yeah, I'm not sure,
Okay.
but I'm looking into that. Oh, we got the walls painted. We started working on a chill rail molding. We got one wall done. We got painted yet too. And I'm getting some prices. I got one back at the dam where we have that big bank where all the unloaded concrete stuff,
Yeah.
where the split rail fences. We're gonna put a chain link fence there. That's quite a drop off. If somebody ever wanted to split a fall, yeah, that would be pretty. Yeah. Yep, so I got one price already. I'm gonna see if I can get at least two more. So I'm gonna work on that.
Do we need to reinforce that, where that fence goes up? I mean, in order for. We shouldn't have to, Keith, if we put it back far enough. just to keep people out from getting down the bank to fish.
Yeah, it's mainly of safety concerns.
If we put it farther back off the bank. So you're putting it where, which, what, east side of the dam?
Where the split
Where
rail
the split
fence,
rail fence is, just before you get to the old John Steakhouse, there's a split rail fence that's kind of made. Oh, like an L. Well, that split rail fence, people are jumping over it, they're going
Yeah,
under it, they're
it's
going
kind of
through
a
it
lot.
to fish, and there's a real bad drop off right there.
Okay.
So we're gonna. And the other side has already got a chain link fence, so originally, and then it turned to a split rail for whatever reason.
well, we never had a chain link, that's why it's split rail.
But that chain link fence comes a few feet off the dam this way.
Correct, that's been that way ever
Right.
since.
Right, it's been that way, but why it wasn't a chain link fence to keep people off of
Right, yeah.
the whole area to begin with. It's a safety issue.
What else? Dutch Road, I did great Dutch Road once already, fairly far out now. Obviously, I think the frost is slow, we're gonna have a frost and drought this year, so, don't worry about frost. We got the wood for the benches today. So we're gonna start working that, staying, go ahead and get them out. The stone for the dam area, the bank erosion,
Yeah.
a while back, I talked to Mike today, the pit's open about 2 weeks. Cause he has to go up in the, some quarry up in the thumb area, so he gets the stone from work, right?
Oh, the big rat.
The big stuff.
Probably goes up the pigeon area.
Yeah, so he said, he called him, I guess, Saturday, and he said, I talked to him today, he said, give me about a week and a half, 2 weeks, he should be open. Cause they only open for the seasonal, I guess, I thought they opened year round.
Usually you don't open till the frost laws. come on.
Yeah,
That way
so-
we're not shipping small loads.
That's what I have so far. Oh, furnaces. I do have 3 prices for furnaces and the hot water heater. I'll be put on probably, probably next month's agenda or so. But I do have 3 prices now for the furnaces.
How many furnaces did I hear?
Three in here, and then we got 1 over in our place.
There's 3 in this building
Mm-hmm.
and just
2
one.
for upstairs and 1 for the basement for here.
Are they gonna look at that? I mean, it
I
it
asked-
just doesn't seem like, I mean, the upstairs of the office building is no bigger than a standard house.
I asked about that, and then one was saying, well, we might go narrow down to 2. Like I said, I'm worried about if you have a full cold winter and they don't keep up, then you're screwed.
I mean, when we're not in meetings, what is this kept at down there?
65, 68, I think, it's 65 right now.
Yeah, I figured, because if those are old furnaces and the new ones are probably more high efficient and whatnot, 3 seems super excessive.
Yeah, I mean, I would think that 2 would be enough to do, yes. But they're gonna look into that. I think we should push them towards that. So,
And maybe too, they even recommend keeping this a little warmer down here, so as it rises in the winter, you know, maybe it balances out upstairs a little bit.
That's all I have.
just a update, we got confirmation for the number and a delivery date for the truck. Sometime,
And the June, I think,
yeah, it's gonna be into the dealer around the end of May, 1st of June. So that's coming.
With the 4 to 6 weeks to outfit it around with it.
We should see it before September. There's no code enforcement report, there's no building, activity report. The fire department, activity report is in the packet, as well as the sheriff department activity report. Fire department just had 6 incidents, so that's good. And then, of course, the police, report is, 8 pages, so you guys can look at those, at your leisure. Moving on to unfinished business, approved proposed amendment to Village of Goodrich Charter, Section 4.2, compensation of president and council, and authorize the village administrator to forward the proposal to the Genesee County Clerk to be placed on the August 6th primary ballot.
I appreciate that Sherry had this revamped and reworded. You did too? Oh, that's just that she was asking the attorney. The words are
Yes.
much better.
So one of the reasons, why we're doing this is because our charter is not up to date. All of our other salaries that we do within the village that we like, the planning commission, zoning board of appeals, DPW, the treasurer, the clerk, those are all salaries that are raised, by resolution. And it's not like that currently, for council. So we want to update this, to bring it more in line. I will read the amended. Each council person, including the president, shall have their compensation fixed by the council by resolution and shall take effect after the next regularly scheduled village council election, not to exceed $5,000 in any fiscal year. Such salary shall be paid yearly and shall constitute the only compensation. They may be paid for the discharge of any official duty for or on behalf of the village during their tenure of office, except in the case of a council person who may be elected clerk and council persons who are members of the fire department. The president and council persons may, however, upon order of the council, be paid such necessary bona fide expenses incurred in service on behalf of the village as are authorized and itemized. In no event shall these amounts paid to the president and council people be changed until after the next regularly scheduled village council election. So we did, this was the previous council had, to raise the salaries, and then we found out that it had to go, that the charter actually physically had to be changed. So that's the reason that we're updating this, is to bring this in line with what other communities have in there. I know, Melissa, that you wanted, I don't know, the original draft didn't have a cap in there, and you wanted a cap in there, so I put the $5,000. Myself, I think that cap should be $7,500. That way, as the years go by, this doesn't have to go back in front of, doesn't have to go to the electors every time that the salaries are changed. And it's not like we change them, they've only been changed once since 1959.
Even 5,000, if there's 12 meetings, that's $400 a meeting.
That's saying that a council would set the,
Yeah, we're not saying this is what we're gonna set.
Right, but I'm saying even like you said, the cap, like, that's pretty having cap still. I would say 5's more than appropriate. I like a cap in general, just like as I stated last month about somebody came in with wrong intentions, but.
Well, I understand why you wanted to cap, because you don't want a council to come in and decide they're gonna make $20,000 salary.
Right.
I understand that. Again, though, I think the cap should be raised, and then that way this will be the last maybe 20 years before it has to go back to the board of people.
I mean, you guys were voting, I'm obviously gonna go 75, but I'm happy it's reworded with the cap. I think 75 is just incredibly excessive for hour, maybe 2 hour long meetings.
Does anybody else have any opinion?
I personally don't think that there should be a cap in there, because then it makes it more difficult to have the, you have to go back and have the charter amended. I would hope that the citizens of the village would, be cognizant of who they're voting into office. I mean, we're not a bunch of, clowns running around. And we're all pretty we've got some intelligence.
Well, that's,
But I would be in favor of an increased dollar amount. Just I've read other charters in other communities and they have like some of these that, I mean, I didn't even look at the ones that were posted here, but, some of these are ridiculously excessive. I mean, one community's paying their president, what, like $14,000 a year. I mean, we're not asking for that. I think that's just ridiculous, but there's a lot of work that council people do behind the scenes and research and communicating and stuff. It's not just sitting up at the table for, a couple of hours. I know when I was president, I was doing a lot of work. I was spending my lunches up here on Fridays, signing checks and answering questions and, getting emails and sending emails. There's a lot of work that goes into being on council that people don't necessarily see. So I would be in favor of an increase. If that number is gonna have to sit in there, I would be in favor of an increase.
I don't feel comfortable sending this to a vote. I think that when you want to give ourselves raises, that it should be going to the vote of the people. They should have to vote on that every time. For the record, Pat, did you get that? Did you? I said, I do not feel for the record.
Address the president.
I-
And he can write him.
I did, but I was just repeating it for you. I
can
said,
you put that in the record?
for the record, I do not feel comfortable.
That Sherry's not comfortable with not setting a specified amount that has to go back to the people.
I feel it should go to the people. Yes.
So like I said, that originally when I did this, I didn't put a cap in there at all. Because, so that this wouldn't have to go back to the people every time. Like I said, it's with the other salaries that we set through resolution. The charter allows us to set those salaries through resolution. Again, like I said, the planning commission, zoning board of appeals, DPW supervisor, the treasurer, and the clerk are all done via, resolution. I personally think that, putting a cap of 7,500 in there, should allow this, should give it a good 20 years before it needs to go back to the, to a board of people. I will entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to, have Sherry send forward the section 4.2 compensation of president and council amended version with a cap of 7,500.
We have a motion in support to approve the proposed amendment to the village of Goodrich charter, section 4.2, compensation of the president and council, and authorize village administrator / clerk to forward the proposed amendment to the Genesee County clerk to be placed on the August 6th, 2024 primary ballot with the amendment not to exceed 7,500 in any fiscal year. Can we have a roll call, please?
Okay, hold on. So,
I'm sorry.
okay, Cavalry,
Yes.
McCafferty,
Yeah,
Moore. No. Lens,
No,
Walward.
Yes. Okay, moving on to new business. Garrett, one of our DPW people, has given his 2-week notice. His last day was what, last Friday? Or the Friday
Yeah,
before?
he's already gone. He did his 2 weeks notice.
So we have, a resignation letter that we just have to, go through, and accept. So I will move, that we accept the resignation from Garrett King, DPW labor effective Monday, March 4th, 2024.
I'll support.
We have a motion in support to accept the resignation from Garrett King, DPW labor effective Monday, March 4th, 2024. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries.
Can't be reluctant.
The next. All these next three things are kind of all related. The next item is to authorize a change in current part-time DPW labor position from 24 hours per week to 40 hours per week effective March 4th, 2024. Tony is in the audience, and you are perfectly fine with this.
Pretty much. Yep, I'm okay with it.
Okay.
Hoping the sooner the better for a new felon.
Yep,
I'll make a motion to,
I'm okay with it. As long as we end up with 3 people, so.
He's going.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah, this is authorized change. Position.
So that's his position.
Well, the way it's worded, it would be turned anyway.
You can
Maybe
make
another part-time.
You can add his name in the.
You can
in the-
add.
Oh,
You want to go ahead and make the motion?
yeah, let's make a motion to,
Sherry just made the motion.
Oh, she did. I'm sorry.
Is there support?
do you want to change the
She
wording?
just wants to amend it.
Just instead of where, change current part-time DPW labor position to, mention
Tony's.
Tony's
Okay.
name.
I'd like to make a motion to authorize the change in the current part-time DPW labor position for Tony
And then just pick up from 24 hours.
from 24 hours per week to 40 hours per week effective March 4th, 2024.
I will
So
support.
basic, I'm sorry, who supported?
Melissa.
So basically I'm changing,
Just
just
adding
taking out
Tony's name.
DPW's
Yeah,
laborer, and putting his name.
yes.
Okay.
We have motion and support to authorize the change at the current part-time DPW labor Tony's position from 24 hours per week to 40 hours per week effective March 4th, 2024. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. The next item is, is to authorize the administrator to post for a full-time 40 hours per week, DPW labor position. The information is, in your packet as far as the job description. We are requiring them, that they obtain their CDLB license within the first year, of their hire date.
This is gonna be posted on social media and
This is going to be posted on our website, on Facebook, on Indeed, on MML. And Citizen.
I got
I knew there was one more.
a question.
go ahead.
So we're looking for another third person for full-time?
then he's not gonna be the full-time.
Tony will go back to
Oh, Tony
part-time.
will go back to,
Yes.
No,
that's not what I understood.
We are looking for a third person.
But
Oh, I thought.
But a part-time person.
No.
A full-time person?
But in
we
the,
had two, we had a part-time, he was part-time and then Garrett was full-time, so why are we going to full-time three
because
guys?
we want to get another person. We want to cross-train everybody.
plus, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead. Plus, there are certain jobs that require a third person on the job, like road work. If they're working anywhere near the road, there is supposed to be a third person.
Right, yeah, okay, yeah, we.
But at any given time, we could do that, and we need that third body.
Okay,
Plus, in that meeting we had with Matt and Sherry and you, did we not stipulate that the next full-time hiree was required to have a CDLA? To be, did we change that?
No,
I know we-
because we're not gonna pay for the A.
No, any new hire, with the exception of Tony moving into that full-time
No.
position.
No,
But it was gonna be
No.
applicant only for CDLA.
No, we talked about it, but.
Yeah, we did. I thought that's what we were gonna do.
Which one is the higher one?
The CDLA.
Yeah, we weren't gonna pay for that.
No,
I
we
mean,
discussed
that's the minimum that we need to drive our.
Yeah,
equipment.
right, because we don't pull a
And,
trailer.
and so, I talked to separately with Sherry about this.
Okay.
And one of the reasons why we don't have a problem paying for their CDLB. But we don't really want to get them certified in CDLA because it just gives them incentive to find a new position, where they can use that license. So,
Well, I thought we would discuss the bridge. We would do that with Tony and give him 6 months or a year to complete to get his B. But any new applicant was required to have a CDLA.
no.
Okay.
So anyways, we need a motion to authorize Sherry to post for a full-time DPW labor position.
I'll make a motion to let Sherry post this for a full-time position.
I'll support the motion.
We have a motion of support to authorize the administrator clerk to post for a full-time 40-hour a week DPW labor position. All those in favor say aye.
Hi.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item number D is just housekeeping, authorized repairs to the 2005 8500 dump truck by Jam Best One, for $792.88.
That one that we were all emailed about that we had to refund.
About one we're gonna sell, but you keep.
Yeah, it's a
And what
little,
exactly did they do with that?
Put on the exhaust on it, right?
not the muffler, just a whole new exhaust pipe. I had one hole in it, and there we go, trace it back a little more, and there's another hole, he said, being the original exhaust, he said, you guys did really good for a pump truck.
Yeah.
So, he put a whole new,
That's a DOT requirement, safety issue, because you'll be asphyxiated in that cab.
yeah, the fumes are starting to come inside the.
Fumes are
truck,
coming in
so-
the cab, next thing you know, you're sleeping.
I will make a motion to authorize the repair to 2005 8500 dump truck by Jam Best One out of Flint, Michigan for $790.88.
I'll support.
We have a motion and support to authorize repair to the 2005 8500 dump truck by Jam Best One, Flint, Michigan for $792.88. Roll call, please.
Beverly,
Yes.
McCafferty,
yes,
Moore,
yes,
Sherman,
Yes.
and Mulder.
Yes. Item number E, so I am on the Metropolitan Alliance, and the last Metropolitan Alliance, program that I went to, I was approached, by the chairman for Small Cities and Villages, who asked for us to join Small Cities and Villages. And so I said that I would bring that forth in front of council. We used to be part of Small Cities and Villages a long time ago. And I'm not sure why we got out of it, but Small Cities and Villages is all the small cities and villages within Genesee County. They meet once a month. It's hosted by the city that you're going to. You have a small dinner, and then they usually have a speaker that's there. And it's a way for you to update other communities on what your community's doing. It's kind of nice because you get to see what some of these other communities are doing. It's also a nice forum to interact and ask questions in regards to maybe issues that come up within your village or community. So anyways, I just wanted to, bring this in front of, council to see if you wanted to join Small Cities and Villages. They meet once a month. It's $125 fee for the year. I do not, we need to appoint a representative and alternative. I think it's something that we should do. I will volunteer to be our representative at these meetings. Is there anybody that would like to be Sherry? Sherry, do you guys have a problem with us joining?
Or I would throw my head in hat also for the alternate if you can't attend.
Okay,
I already accepted the alternate.
I know, but it doesn't mean that we can't have multiple people go into it.
I just asked you that prior to the meeting.
Well, multiple people can go to it. It's just like Metropolitan Alliance.
Right.
You're both your representative, and your alternate can.
I was just saying, if you like couldn't attend for the month, you can give me a heads up, I would fill in, but Sherry's gonna do it.
Okay. With that, I'll make a motion to, renew our membership with the Genesee County Small Cities and Villages, in the amount of $125 with myself as the representative and Sherry Moore is the alternative for the village of Goodrich.
I'll second.
We have motion and support to renew the membership with Genesee County Small Cities Villages Association for $125 and appoint myself as the representative and Sherry Moore as the alternative for the village of Goodrich. All those in favor, this got money. Roll call, please.
125.
Yeah.
All right, Beverly,
Yes.
McCafferty,
Yes,
Moore,
Yes,
Lewin,
Yeah.
Wallace.
Yes. Item number F, we have, two quotes, in regards to the mill pond treatment. There are two contracts, in your packet.
I know Scott brought up, a few years ago, with our past president, that there's some frustration behind why the council pays for it when it's all privately owned. Is that ever a discussion that this is always gonna be a fee that we incur?
It's been discussed at past councils. The village of Goodrich owns the Goodrich Mill Pond. And it's been, and it's a benefit to the community. I know we don't have a public launch. A lot of people do, get onto canoers and kayakers, and fishermen, do use the mill pond. A lot of them go on, up at the store. It's also, kind of it's a maintenance thing as far as, if we let it go, it becomes unsightly and it can stink. And, so it's kind of a maintenance thing that we do.
Matt, are you happy with the company we've been having and do you feel like it's manageable? Do you feel like they take care of it like as promised?
Oh, it definitely helps. It definitely. I mean, the only problem is the southern end of it is so shallow.
So
you
shallow,
can't spray back. This is a section, no.
In fact, last year, I wasn't, really, happy with, with Solitude last year. It didn't seem that the treatment that they did was as good of a treatment as what we've had. I mean, it was really, I don't know if it was just, the situation with the weather and the temperature of the water or whatever, but, no, I didn't think that, they did, as thorough of a job. So I know they're a little bit cheaper, but, we've used, Aquatic Nuisance, primarily, almost entirely, they've done, they've treated the pond for us for 20 years.
Yeah.
And, I personally think that we should go with, aquatic nuisance.
Just a quick question, Keith. Are we getting charged just for the part that they can get to, not the rest?
Yeah.
All right, just. That's that question.
Yeah, in fact, I don't know, last year, the equipment that they had, I thought was excessively big for this lake. Because when they got past the railroad ties there, it was really,
Yeah.
turning it up, and if you turn it up, it prevents the chemicals from working as well as they should.
Right, yeah.
And the other company uses, an airboat.
Yeah, we do.
I know the aquatic nuisance, they also said that they would hold the same price, if we did the 3-year contract. That would be my recommendation, so that we lock in, the current price.
I do appreciate that.
Keith, when they use the airboats also, they can come almost down to my dock.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Get that, because I've never seen them get back that.
They, oh yeah, yeah.
Maybe
They,
I'm
they
just-
come down, around past,
Yeah.
I don't know the new people, but Garrison's,
Oh, do they?
they always came at least that far, and depending on where the water level is, sometimes, because they would post in my yard,
Yeah,
the one end.
okay, so that was,
They haven't done that for a while.
I did, well, they didn't, I didn't notice last year, but yeah, aquatic, when they did the airboats, they always used to zip down and come back.
Do you know this is representative for aquatic nuisance?
Oh, no, I did not. I
I
did
didn't get
not.
a chance to say hi.
Oh,
I didn't want to interrupt a good thing you were saying, so.
well, not.
Well, good thing it went your way.
Wait, wait,
Yeah.
Well, it's a good thing that,
Yeah.
put my mouth up.
Well, you can ask him what, if they did that. Because I'm not usually home.
With an airboat.
Oh,
Yeah, but I don't think they do. I don't think they have gone down to that. Wow.
They always post signs on the property. And they'll get that part of it. They would post there,
South
so.
end.
yeah, when we spray lakes, we go right up on cat tails.
Right.
So it's, yeah, we can go wherever really we want to, down on horsepower, so. But, yeah, yeah, you can just like lily pads and spray a certain amount, so.
Yeah, because the boat they brought out here last year, it had a motor on it, like.
Oh, I know, yeah.
It was just like,
Yeah, it's like
it
200
was, I mean, it was.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe they brought it.
And when you stir, like you said, when you stir up the sediment, especially if you're using dicot, it mixes it, binds with that.
It's a contact.
Yeah, it binds that dicot and then it's not effective at all. So that's, and then if you're cutting off the milfoil, it's gonna re-root and grow back. So it's kind of a, defeating the purpose and spraying it.
Well, I thought you guys done a marvelous job.
Thank you.
Last year, we gave solitude a try, everything always comes down to.
Yeah.
Dollars and cents.
Oh, yeah, no, that's,
And
we understood. That's why when you guys called again this year, it's like, hey, we'll give a quote and see what happens, that's all you can do, so.
right.
well, I'd like to make a motion
Yes.
to, it
What
says
permit
to
fuel states
consider
in-
the
The
quotes.
state,
Can we
about
also?
2 years ago, there was.
Yes, yes.
No,
Accept
no,
this
they're
year.
trying to raise
All right,
30%.
We have a motion.
I'll make, making a motion, it says to consider quotes for mill pond treatment 2024 season and or 2024 to 2025 or 2020 to 2024 to 2026 seasons from Aquatic Nuisance Plant Control Incorporated and from,
Well,
well, we're gonna accept, I'd
Yeah,
like to accept the quote from, the aquatic nuisance, plant control incorporated.
Are we gonna do the 3 year?
It's just a locked in.
Yeah, do the 3
years or?
for 3 years.
You were saying,
Okay.
say your motion,
All right,
just to accept the quote from.
accept the quote from Aquatic Nuisance Plant Control Incorporated for 3 years.
I'll support.
We have a motion in support to accept the quote from Aquatic Nuisance Plant Control for the next 3 seasons. Can we have a roll call vote, please?
Beverly,
Yes.
McCafferty.
Yeah,
Moore,
Yes.
Lewins.
Yes.
Wentworth.
Yes. This time we have another public comment.
I just have a question.
Sure.
This, the code enforcement, do they usually attend the monthly meetings or?
No, the one we have right now, he can't, because he works for the Davison. So their meetings are on the same night as ours, so he does not show up. We've been looking for a new code enforcer.
I just have a question.
Yeah, the current code enforcer right now is, we're utilizing our building inspector, who's just a part-time building inspector here, but he's a full-time building inspector out there in Davidson.
Right, I knew it was only 5 hours a week, right?
His,
15.
it's 20 hours a month.
Yeah,
40 hours a month. I think it's 10 hours a week.
yeah, that's why 10 hours a week, yeah, that's what he's allowed.
It's 10 hours a week?
Yeah, it's like.
For the inspection and the code enforcing? Or just?
So he's going here
Just the
to
code
call
enforcement, I
him
believe it's 10.
1 hour.
But it's 2 hours a day.
2 hours, he's out there 2 hours a day enforcing stuff?
Supposed to be.
Okay.
It breaks down to 2 hours. 10 hours a week,
Okay.
5 days a week.
We're currently in a transition where we're looking for somebody
Building and code
to fill
enforcement.
that.
To fill that, okay, that was my question, because I mean, I'm out here, I mean, I probably spend an hour.
Because we were going to, our DPW, person that just left. We were eyeballing him to do our enforcement, but that is something.
Oh, yeah, I would just like to see, I know last time I was here with the sidewalks and the maintenance, I mean, they're the shrinking sidewalks, so I find it surprising that he's out there 10 hours a week, because
Yeah.
they're pretty bad. So, but I thank you.
Anybody else?
That's a good question. The small cities on the meet, is that when they had the mayor trains back in the day? Is that part of the same? I'm curious. Is that part of the same?
Was that through small cities?
I
It was
think
different,
that, I
right?
think that, no, I think it's separate. I believe it was the MML that arranged, you can still,
Oh.
that they arranged, because they picked communities around the state.
That's right, yeah.
That met.
You're right,
So
you're right.
I think it was the MML.
All right, moving on to, council comments. You can grab that book right there.
Oh.
Shannon. All right, so I went to Metropolitan Alliance meeting, and you guys could just flip through this. It's just different projects that have, been done through, Jesse County, last year. And I just wanted to mention, we got a blurb. For our radios, our emergency radios. But the Metropolitan Alliance meeting was, a very good meeting. They had the, Jesse County Road Commission there. And they did a fabulous, presentation, on the roads within Genesee County. And they talked about the Pacer, scale, which they rate all the roads within Genesee County. And they had, they had all kinds of charts to where, they classified the roads as, poor,
Yeah.
right, and he explained how the county goes about using the money that they do have to fix roads, and that, the majority of the roads that they want to try to get in that 7 and 8 range, where they can. Anyways, they just a really, really nice presentation there. So anyways, I just wanted to give you an update there. Anybody else?
I have a random question comment because of the spring weather. What is fishing on the side by like the gas station, is that legal? Is that? That
One of
is,
the fishing license.
what, and if they fall in or if they slip on the rocks or anything, there is a sign.
Yeah, it's all posted.
It's all over.
Okay.
And then it falls, I believe, on Beacon and Bridge if they're on their property.
Yep. It's not our property.
Not our property, but if they're fishing from the bridge, it's posted.
Thanks to know. I saw guys say, so I just wondered.
Yeah, because you get a lot of people that fish down below the dam too.
Yeah. Or fish out of the park, trying. Fishing.
I have a comment on the, small cities. The, MML conference that, we attended, I was sitting in a conference room, I guess, with, learning about like how to brag about your city. And there were a couple of people from the small cities and villages, and, they were explaining like what they do and how they communicate with one another and how they bounce ideas off of one another. And it's, it's neat when you get neighboring communities together to see like what they have versus what you don't have and what you may like be able to obtain together to make things a little bit more fun. Like, I don't know, like Davison, let's say, brings the farmer's market, and, Goodrich would bring like a craft market, and just like the different ideas that these other communities had. So I'm happy to see that this was on the agenda.
Yeah, why we're reaching. Anybody else?
Yes, I would just like to say, I'm not stepping down from council. And, I was sick the last month's meeting and the special meeting in January. So thank you for your concern.
With that, I will entertain a motion. Oh, I'm sorry.
So I've been bouncing around in my head. With this road project, it's gonna start on Eagle Road. I was reading in the Citizens newspaper today that Oakland County or Ortonville Village and Township has been running more DOT inspections and overweight trucks, catching them. Overweight. The average ticket for an overweight truck is $2,000 of revenue. If we can think about making our village streets no trucks and set a weight limit on them, we can keep them off of Eagle Road. We can post it on the far west end, keeping gravel trains, mixers. He'll have to go around.
You mean they go around to Green Road?
Like Green
Well,
Road
I don't know how they're gonna do Green Road
They're
because
getting
that's
ready
on.
to pave it, so. I
Well,
know
I
there's a
know
lot
that.
of angry people that want
But
this.
the north, to leave town, that will be in the village. That will be no trucks. Coming in from the west, you won't be able to get to M50.
Okay,
There is no weight limit out on Perry Road
there should be.
going to Atlas.
What about the bridge?
There's no sign. It's a culvert. It's really not a bridge. It's not posted. What I'm saying is, we pay a lot of money for these streets to be resurfaced. And the people that are using these streets aren't paying for it. I've done some digging, I've done looking online. We as council, because we're our own governing body of the village, can make any street of ours trucks. No commercial vehicles. We can set it a length limit, a weight limit. We can make it just no commercial vehicles.
except for local delivery.
Except for local delivery. You can never shut them off from making local deliveries to the businesses or to a home. But this general running up and down Eagle Road that we've resurfaced and paid for out of pocket and with grants 3 times that I know of in the last 25 years that I've lived here, we're absorbing that.
These are, I'm sorry, I'm gonna try to,
Okay,
these are council comments, so, I agree with you.
Well, I'm-
This is not a discussion.
Okay.
Right,
Just
so-
council comments.
Okay,
If it's something that you want on the agenda, we can.
Yeah.
I'm
okay,
sure put it on the agenda. I think it's a good topic.
okay.
All right, with that, I will entertain a motion for adjournment.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Motion.
So I just pick anybody?
Yeah, yeah. I
Aye.
was supporting her.
Appreciate it.
Yep, no problem. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Oh, hey. No.
You were gonna say, like, three of us should be together. Okay, okay. I just don't want any individuality. Okay.
That's why.
That's
why. Listen to what. Or I get that. Bounce around. Hold on. If I was part-time, you guys make me full-time, back and forth. You know, so you have to go back and finish 2 hours a week. Friday, so hopefully. Yeah. So-
Yeah.
I wanted you guys to know that's